So in the last session, almost 10 sessions we completed. Yes, we did a great work related to REST. I mean, how you can build sir web what we call API. Okay, sir. But anyway, I didn't use Django REST framework. Regarding, I didn't use Django REST framework, sir. We used sir our own API. Everything by using Django, we developed API concept. I hope everyone can able to can practice it, right? Yes. Have you practiced all the 10 videos and almost the corresponding programs? Everyone practice it, right? Yes, friends. Okay. So now, if you feel comfortable up to this, now I will go for okay Django REST framework. Just observe it very carefully, sir. Developing web APIs. Developing web APIs by using okay third party. Very important, sir. This is not part of Django, sir. Third party Django REST framework. Django REST framework. Okay, remember that. So, how to develop web APIs by using Django REST framework? This part we have to discuss in detail. Remember that, sir. I want to use sir third party framework, Django REST framework. In short, most of the people are going to use DRF. Are getting in short, the people are going to use DRF. Okay, like sir. Now, do you know without any framework we developed API, sir? Even I covered multiple examples, okay, which can able to perform CRUD operations, like multiple things we did, sir. But anyway, if we are going to use a DRF, our life will become very simple, sir. Remember this one. So there are several third-party frameworks are available to develop okay REST APIs for Django applications, right? Do you know one such type of framework? Just now I covered DRF. Sir, another framework Tastify. Are you getting right? Tastify. Like there are multiple frameworks are available to develop web APIs for our Django application, right? Yes, remember. But anyway, the most popular framework to develop APIs is the Django REST framework. Compulsory you people should aware. Next, what is the specialty? What is the specialty of the Django REST framework, sir? What is the specialty? Specialty for this Django REST framework. Very simple, sir. Do you know, sir? I developed one API. Assume that in the last sessions we developed one API, sir. We developed API. Do you know how to test the functionality of this API? Anyone, can you please tell how we tested whether it's working properly or not? How we tested whether it's working properly or not? Can you please confirm, sir? We developed a partner application, some Python application we developed, sir. By using that Python application, we tested whether it is working properly or not. Okay, like, but Django itself is going to provide I mean DRF itself is going to provide browsable API. Regarding what is this one? Browsable API. By using simply browser, you can able to test whether application is working, whether our API is working properly or not. Remember this one, sir. By using browsable API, we can test whether our application is, whether our API is working properly or not. So who is going to provide this browsable API, sir? DRF itself is going to provide, sir. Next, do you know security? Security must be required. If I develop an API, any person can able to access. No, I don't want, sir. I want to provide authentication. Sir, after authentication only, you are allowed to access my API. Compulsory you have to provide username or password. Or compulsory required to provide some token. Some sort of authentication must be required to access my API. Okay. So this DRF provide several packages for authentication, right? Do you know, sir? Token authentication, basic authentication, next token authentication, basic authentication, next OAuth authentication. These kind of things, inbuilt support you can expect from the DRF. Everyone can able to understand, right? Please confirm. So security, such type of thing, because it is a web API, any person can able to access, any person can create employee object, any person can delete employee object, is meaningless. That's why, so compulsory some sort of authentication must be required, some security kind of things are required. DRF provides inbuilt security by providing several packages. Remember that. Even JWT is also, normal token authentication is the different, JWT is the differentiation. JWT means JSON window token authentication. It is the normal token authentication. Okay, like next, third one, sir. Do you know serialization, sir? Serializers concept, sir. Do you know, we in our normal Django applications, 1 minute, sir, just we developed our application, last applications if you consider. Do you know serializers converting our JSON into Python form or Python into JSON form? Who wrote the code? Can you please spell out? Sir, we write the code by using django.code.serializers and so on. Regarding by using django.code.serializers, right? But DRF provide inbuilt serializers. We are not required to do those conversions on our own. Remember that serializers, which is supports both the ORM databases and the non-ORM databases. Non-ORM. Are you getting? ORM and the non-ORM, both the things are going to be supported by serializers concept. Such type of serialization by default you can expect from the DRF. Okay, we are not required to write big codes, sir. We are not required to write a big serializers code. So by default serializer support will be there from the DRF. Do you know, in the last example, if you consider our last example, sir, just have a look once. What is our example? What is the last example we covered? Anyone have you remembered, right? REST API without the REST without the REST M2 like this we took, sir. In the, do you know serializers mixins, inside mixin, sir, who wrote this total code? Programmer, we wrote this total code, sir. But there we are not required to write this much code. Regarding by default support, you can expect from the DRF. Okay, inbuilt serializers are available. Okay, like next, do you know extensive documentation, sir? Extensive documentation for everything. DRF provide documentation, sir. Their extensive documentation is available and a great community support also. Okay, if you require any support, community support is also available, sir. Next, do you know trusted by world top companies, sir, like Mozilla, Red Hat, Heroku. Okay, like there are multiple world top brands trusted this DRF, and they use the DRF concept in their applications. Remember this one. That's why happily you can believe DRF, sir. Okay, so DRF is going to make our life very simple to develop web APIs for our Django applications, right? Any doubt? Are you able to understand, right? Friends, okay, there is something like just like Django, sir, our life will become very easy because of this DRF. What is the DRF? What is the meaning of DRF? Don't tell. What is the meaning of DRF? Django REST framework. Remember this one, sir. It is not part of Django. It is the third party thing, sir. Next, sir, where Django, if I want to get the Django information, which website is the responsible to provide, sir? Where you can use Django if you want Django, sir. Do you know there is website is there, djangoproject.com. Correct, right? .com or .org, something like is there, sir. Django project. But if you want to use DRF, here it is not part of Django. It is not owned by Django. Remember this one, sir. DRF is completely different third-party person, but it's the open source. So anyone can able to use it. We are not required to pay any license kind of thing, sir. What that is? Django. Okay, REST framework. .org. Remember this one. What is the websites are? Django REST framework.org. This is the website where everything you can able to get about this DRF, including demo programs, tutorials, next API documentation, everything by default you can able to see, sir. Just have a look once. Here, Django REST framework.org. Have you observed? This is the logo. This is the logo, sir. Okay, this is the logo. Django REST framework is a powerful and flexible toolkit for building web APIs. Okay, some reasons you might want to use REST framework. Have you observed, right? The web browser API is a huge usability win for your developers. Authentication policies, including packages for OAuth 1A, OAuth 2, like so. This is serialization that supports both ORM and the non-ORM data sources. Next, customizable all the way, sir. Customizable all the way. Wherever, if you want any changes, happily you can able to do that. Next, extensive documentation and great community support. Used and trusted by internationally recognized companies like including Mozilla, Red Hat, like these kind of things. Is it clear for all of you, right? So just all these things are okay. Like these are the specialties for Django REST framework, sir. Next, if any person is asking in the interview room, if you want to develop web APIs for your Django, which one you are going to use? DRF I can use. Then immediately may ask, what is the specialty of this DRF? Okay, like what? Why you choose? Why you choose? Like you have to tell, sir, these extra specialties, right? Next, funding, sir. Sir, you know, I told, right, it is the open source community, sir. Open source community. If any persons, if you want to provide funding, you can able to do that. These people provided funding to develop this web framework. It is not paid. It is a free version only. You are not required to pay single paisa also. Okay, like clear. It is not part of Django, sir. It is completely third party framework to develop web APIs for our Django applications. Sima, are you getting? So next, this is just a brief description. Next, how to install, sir? How to install? So if any software, if you want to install in the Python, pip command is there. How to install, sir? Very simple. How to install DRF? Nothing, sir. It's a matter of just 1 or 2 minutes job. Nothing. So first thing, observe if you want to install. First observe the requirements. REST framework requires the following things, sir. Sir, Python 2.7, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. So most of the times we are using either 3.6 or 3.7 Python version, no problem at all. Next, Django 1.7, 2.0, 2.1. Okay, we are using 1.11 currently, sir. Up to sir 2.2. Happily you can depend on 1.11 only. The reason is this version has long-term support, LTS support, long-term support, sir. Okay, like, but 2.0 and 2.1 not having any long-term support. So that's why industry is always going to prefer 1.11. But 2020 next year 2.2 is going to come. Yes, sir. That thing is once again having long-term support. Remember that, sir. So as of now, happily you can depend on 1.11 Django version. 1.11 Django, sir. In 2020, Django 2.2 is going to come, sir. That is having long-term support. Getting right? Okay, 2.0 and 2.1 not having any LTS. Long-term support is not there. That's why most of the industry is always going to prefer 1.11. Okay, like next, the following packages are optional, like you are not required to worry at all. Sir, if you are going to use 1.10, sorry, DRF you not going to be provided support for that. Okay, compulsory minimum 1.11 you require to use, right? Clear? Any doubt? 1.10 I'm not sure, maybe 1.8 or something, Shashank. Okay, now the next one, how to install, sir? Simple commands, just use pip commands. Happily you can able to, sir, if you want to install pip install Django REST framework. Okay, pip install Django REST framework. Next, if you are going to use browsable API, then install Markdown. So if you are going to use browsable API, what it means, I will explain. Don't worry, sir. Markdown support. Next, filtering support if you require Django filter. Okay, these are three things we require to install. Minimum, sir. Of course, these two are optional. Don't worry. But browsable API if you want to use, better to use. Filtering support if you want for your API, Django filter you have to take, sir. So these are three commands you have to take. Okay, just observe in my system. Let me use pip install Django REST framework. Observe that, sir. Sir, anyway, in my system it is already installed. Requirement already satisfied. Yeah, Shashank, we will discuss. Don't worry, sir. Have you observed? Requirement already satisfied. Like this, right? Compulsory. Okay. Next, internet compulsory should be there, Sunil. Okay, next, pip install Markdown. Okay, like now have a look once. Pip install Markdown. This is the next one, sir. Okay, just I hope requirement is already satisfied. Don't worry, sir, because I installed already for my offline session requirements. Sir, anyway, you are going to get, nothing will be there. Okay, that's all. Pip install Django filter. That's it. So all the three things are already installed in my system. Sir. Okay, that's all. This is once you did these activities. Now you have Django, which can have DRF support also. Any doubt up to this? Any doubt up to this? Okay, well, sir, do you know one small command just for your day-to-day coding sake? I want to tell, sir. Sir, after installing these things, you are going to develop the project. One fine day, that project you are going to hand over to the client. But on the client mission, compulsory these softwares must be required or not? Please confirm. Once we are going to hand over the project to the client mission, on the client mission, compulsory these softwares must be required or not? That's why what we are going to do in real time. So to run this project, all the required softwares we have to save to the file. So that first, before installing this project, first they are going to install all the requirements, like, sir, what command we require to use. Everyone can aware, sir. The people who are working especially in the Python area in the companies, do you know, sir, pip command freeze. Are you getting freeze? Next, can you please freeze my requirements to just requirements dot txt. Do you know what this command is going to do? Anyone, can you please tell? Please respond. What this command is going to do, sir? Yes, all current available softwares in this machine, okay, will be saved to requirements.txt. So the biggest advantage is, if this project, if I'm going to hand over to the client, are you getting? If I'm going to hand over to the client, sir, on the client mission, okay, first they will open requirements.txt, all the required softwares they will install, and then they will deploy the project. So it's a good programming practice, right? After installing, after starting your project, after installing all the required software, better to save to requirements.txt. Clear, right? So this is just have a look once, sir. Yes, you can run, no problem at all. Here in this location, I'm trying to execute this command. No issue. Anywhere you can use pip command. Yes, using pip. Now just can you please type requirements.txt. Can you please observe? Just you can open from the command prompt in the Windows by using type text files. Do you know these are various things what I have? Are you getting? Just argon to somewhere in our Django authentication purpose I use it. bcrypt next certify CL Django 1.11.16 Django filter Django tag Django REST framework 3.9 version Faker module like all currently in my system. What things are there? All those things just I saved to requirements.txt. Okay, if I hand over this project, sir, any project to my client, first he will check, yes, all these things are available or not. Once install, then he is trying to execute the project. Clear, right? Any doubt? Yes, once you install Python, automatically pip utility by default is going to come. Andakishore, just this command anyway, it is a very commonly used in real time, sir. Make sure what is the purpose of freeze, or how you can convey, yes, like this is how you can convey required softwares, okay, to share the production required documents, okay, like how you can able to tell the versions, how you can share this information. If you can use the freeze command, automatically all the required softwares including versions will be saved to requirements.txt. Okay, well, clear, right? Okay, sir, this one is going to provide just only the required packages. Okay, how to run this one is okay, no, we require to install manually. One by one we have to install manually. Okay, yeah. So then, or otherwise, otherwise, okay, there may be some custom script we are going to use. That custom script is going to read each and everything present inside the requirements.txt, and then it is going to install the corresponding softwares. Shashank, getting? Yeah, that's what. Yes, what they're simple. PIP just PIP install first one, PIP install second one, PIP install third one. Like we can create batch file, execute that. Automatically all the things by default is going to be executed, right? Clear, right? Yeah. Subramaniam will discuss. Don't worry. I will share. Yeah. Now, sir, that's all. This is about okay. how to install Django REST framework, sir. Sir, next thing, what we have to discuss, sir. Once we install, sir. Okay. Now my requirement is observe very carefully, sir. I want to go for a small project, just one small activity I have to do. Just here this activity, sir. Sir, I'm taking here. Listen carefully, sir. Let me go to sir REST API apps voting. Now, sir, do you know Django admin start project? Okay, with the REST C1 I'm taking, sir. My project name is with the REST C1 I'm taking. Now here just observe that with the REST C1. Okay, like now my next requirement here is okay. Here just let me start the project. py manage.py. Can you please guide, sir? Py manage.py. What the next one? Start app test app. Now, so test app is ready. Okay, just observe with the REST C1 in that. Sir, the first activity, anyone can you please tell what we require to do, sir? The first activity inside installed apps, compulsory we require to add whatever application name. What is that application? Can you please tell? Test app we require to add. So we did almost hundreds of times this activity in our life. But make sure, sir, if you want to use the Django REST framework in our project name is with the REST C1. I want to use REST framework. I want to use REST framework, sir. If you want to use REST framework, third-party application, we require to add REST framework. Remember this one, sir. Sir, what is this application? REST framework, just like our test app, REST framework application we require to use. Sir, here, who is the responsible to develop test app? Can you please confirm? Who is the responsible to develop test app? Test app developer. We are responsible. But who is the responsible to provide this REST framework application? This REST framework is an application. It's not a package. It's an application which is a part of DRF. Remember this one. Regarding we are not responsible, sir. It's already developed. Sir. Regarding, so just we are adding because in my test app I want to use this application functionality to develop API. That's why just like a tag it. Have you remembered in our project somewhere Django, I use a tag it third party application. Okay, this one itself is third party application. Can I use the word? It is the third party application, third party app. Okay, that's all. So this is now, sir, you install pip by using, you install REST framework by using this, and then just add this one. Now, sir, REST framework DRF is available for your project. This is the only extra thing what you have to aware, sir. Next, one more thing they are going to convey, but anyway, in the newer versions, it's not required. Do you know? Just if you open this one, observe that. Please install these three installations in the documentation. Okay, well. Next, add the REST framework to your installed apps. Yes, I added already. Can you please observe REST underscore framework? Next, have a look once, sir. One more. If you are intending to use browsable API, okay, you probably require REST frameworks of use. Okay, default. Now, can you please add this one to our urls.py? Okay, if any things are required, authentication kind of thing, browsable API, if any things are required, can you please add this one also? That is, even you are not adding, maybe it may require in the authentication, but not required normally. Don't worry about this one. So, or still, if you want, why I have to miss that step? Some people may feel like that inside urls.py, just add this one. Are you getting it? But include must be required. That's why here include. You know, right? django.conf.urls import URL, comma include. This is what you should do. Now, for your project, DRF support, is it available or not? Please confirm, sir. Is it clear, right? So now, so installation is only one-time activity, but for the next applications onwards, what you require to take, sir? Can you please take compulsory this line? Whether URL pattern you added or not, don't worry, sir. For every new project, you have to add this one, so that API support is also by default will be there for us. That's it. This is a small chota concept how you can install Django REST framework, how you can make it ready for your project. Clear? Just Django REST framework is some sort of third-party application. You require to use that application to develop web API very easily. Our life will be simplified with this DRF. Okay. Now, In that, just only some 5 to 6 topics are there. The first important topic, what I have to discuss, sir, serializers concept. Remember this one, sir. What is the concept? Serializers concept. The first important concept we require to discuss, serializers concept. Do you know serializer is no longer a new word for you. Okay, serializer means what is the job of serializer? Converting from one form to another form. Regarding converting from one form to another form, which is the main job of serializers, right? Sir, DRF serializers are responsible for 3 activities. Remember this one, sir. DRF serializers are responsible for 3 activities. Okay. First activity is serialization. What is the meaning of exact definition of serialization? I will discuss, sir. Serialization. Second activity is deserialization. Third activities are validation. Regarding third activity, validation, like this. What is the first activity, sir? Serialization. Second activity, deserialization. Third activities are validation. These 3 things are going to take care by serializers concept. How you can use, how you can write the code, what are various possible types of serializers are there. Yes, these things we have to discuss, like, clear? Yes, friends. Up to this, just very clear. So after installing the project, after installing DRF, the first topic what I am starting is serializers concept. DRF provides serializers, and the DRF serializers are responsible for these 3 activities, right? Yes, Aman, correct. Okay, well, now the first thing. Okay, one small point you should be aware. Have you ever heard about form concept? Forms, next model forms. At our childhood, somewhere we covered. Have you remembered, right? Forms and model forms. Like somewhere we discussed forms and model forms. Do you know how you can write the normal form? Anyone, can you please tell how you can write the normal forms? Class employee form, class employee form. Okay, form are forms dot form. I hope you may remember. You may remember, sir. Inside forms.py, we have to write forms.form, and here something like enum is equal to forms dot okay, integer field. At our childhood, somewhere we covered this one. Correct, right? Next, ename, esal, address, like we have to write, sir. But this is the normal form. This is the normal form, sir. I want to use model forms. Have you remembered? I want to use model forms. Forms dot model form. What is the biggest advantage we are going to get, sir? Yes, we are not required to specify these fields. Individually, sir. Enum, ename, esal, and address, like 4 fields. Don't worry about these things, sir. Of course, char field, like you can change, sir. Here, do you know, if I use model form, we are not required to specify like this. Have you remembered, right? At our childhood, somewhere we covered class meta, model is employee. Model is employee. Which fields you want to include? You want to include underscore, all underscore. Sir, are you feeling these things already covered in our Django sessions? Friends, correct, right? Normal form, model based form, model form, like we covered, right? Why suddenly I'm telling these things is the reason for that is do you know, sir, very simple terminology. The reason for that, our DRF serializers concept simply acts as forms and model forms only. That's why here we are using, okay, employee forms dot form, but here employee serializer. Next, rest framework dot serializers dot serializer. Regarding nothing, sir. Even in this case also, serializers dot model serializer. Don't worry, sir. I didn't explain anything. Sir. We will discuss in detail. So just the only one word you people should be aware. DRF serializers concept is exactly will work same as forms and model forms. That's about my intention. But why you are writing like this? From where these things are coming, we will discuss in detail. Any doubt? Friends? Okay. Sir, meta means extra information, metadata. So, we covered already, right? Meta means extra information like this, right? Okay, that's it. So now let me talk. So DRF serializers meant for how many activities? Please confirm. What are various activities? Three: serialization, deserialization, deserialization, and then validation. Next, DRF serializers simply will work exactly same as Django forms and model forms. Okay, same concept, right? Now let me talk the first one, serialization. What is the meaning of serialization? How these serializers will work? Serialization concept. So first activity, just observe. If I want to discuss this concept, my first requirement is I have to take a small. I have to define a serializer, and with that I will explain, sir. Don't worry. First step here, I added already this one. Okay, well, sir, urls.py, it is also there, sir. Is there any problem at server? Yeah, no issue. I didn't start anyway. Now, what I want to take, let me take one model, because if the model is there with us, then happily we can define serializers very easily, sir. Can you please tell class employee? Please guide, sir. I forgot the name. Models dot model. Okay. Like, sir, now I'm taking enum is equal to models dot. Can you please tell, sir? Enum is always what type of field? Integer field. Enum is models dot integer field. Next, similarly, okay. What the next ones are? E name models dot. Can you please just spell out what is the field name? Models dot char field. Models dot char field is max length is the mandatory or not? Max length is the mandatory or not? Yes, max length is equal to some 64 like I'm taking. Next, is all models dot float field. Models dot float fields. Now e address is models dot char field. Are you getting e address models dot char field like this, right? Sir, now can you please confirm total? Sir, these are the four fields what we have. Any explanation is required? Please confirm. Any explanation is required? Okay, that's all. It's a very simple. Now take very special care. For this, okay, employee model, I want to define serializer. Okay, to convert this employee object into so and so form. Next, from that form to employee object, what that form we will discuss. Don't worry, sir. I want to define one serializer. How to define serializer? Once we define serializer, then I will explain what is the meaning of serialization with an example. Don't worry, sir. If you want to define all serializers for your project, for your application, you have to take separate file serializers.py. Okay, sir, even I used this concept maybe in the last sessions. I may use mixins.py, but here serializers, I want to take one separate file. What is the file name? Hey, respond. What the file name? Serializers.py. Okay, now first time I want to write serializer by using DRF, sir. By using DRF, Django REST framework, I want to use serializer. I want to define serializer, right? Sir, very simple. From REST framework, import serializers. From REST framework, import serializers. Okay, I told defining serializer, something like defining serializer, something like defining forms.py. How to define employee form? Same cinema, copy paste only. Okay, class. Do you know employee serializer? Employee serializer of it is the child class of serializers dot serializer. Regarding it is the child class of serializers dot serializer. Observe that carefully, sir. Okay, just like forms.form. Next time we take file with some other name. Sima, you can take any name, but usually the file which contains serializers, the name usually we are going to take serializers.py. But if you don't want to use serializers.py, you can take sema.py also, but not recommended. Clear up to this? Okay. Now, if you are taking normal form, if you are defining normal forms are all the fields we have to define. Correct, right? All the fields we have to define. If you are using normal serializer, model serializer, normal serializer, we require to define all the fields manually. Remember that, sir. Okay. What I have to take? Already models fields are available. Sir, just copy paste. Okay, well, but here you may have a small doubt. What is that doubt is? Do you know here models you should not take, sir? Models you should not take. Remember this one, models we should not take. Then which one we have to take, sir? Serializers. Remember that instead of model we require to take serializers. Serializers dot integer field, serializers dot char field, serializers dot float field, serializers dot like this. This is what you should aware, sir. Any doubt? Are you getting right? Yeah. So what serializers will do? Aryan, I told already. Serializers will do three things. Serializers will do three things: serialization, deserialization, validation. How you can do that? That's what I will define. So I don't think max length is not mandatory in this case. Serializer's case, max length is not mandatory, but in models it is mandatory. Okay. Sir, first serializer is ready from the REST framework. Okay, by using REST framework, I developed an employee serializer with these fields. But immediately you may have bigger doubt. Sir, if I'm going to use model serializer, then you are not required to specify all these fields. Okay, model serializer, you will do some extra activities also. Slowly we are going to discuss. First 1 or 2 sessions, let familiar with serializers under the corresponding activities. Any doubt up to this? Clear? Okay. Now, if I want to work with this, a small activity, I have to do that. Please make sure, make migrations and migrate. Are you getting make migrations and migrate? Mandatory, right? Py, manage.py. Okay, make migrations. Make migrations. Next, py, manage.py, migrate. Employee table will be ready in our database. So it is not Django serializers, it is a REST framework serializers. So many. Okay, that's why I imported from REST framework serializers. These are not Django inbuilt serializers. Okay, remember. Clear, right? Okay, next it is the normal serializer. It is not model serializer. Okay, well. Now, sir, next let me create super user also. Okay, because I want to add some records. Create super user. Durga Next, Durga 1, 2, 3. Durga 1, 2, 3. That's all. Let me add to admin site. So, you know, sir, what I got to take from test app dot models import employee. Okay, here class employee. Okay, employee admin model admin sir. Employee admin dot. Can you please spell out, sir? Admin dot model admin. Somewhere we covered all these things. I don't think you are going to get some difficulty to understand this one, sir. List display is equal to sir id id comma enum comma ename next comma esal. Okay, last field e address. Okay, now admin dot site dot register employee comma employee admin. Are you getting employee comma employee admin? Okay, like that's it. Now start server and check is this table is there or not. Okay, let me cross check py manage.py run server. You may have some problems also. If any problem is there, we can. Yes, clear. Let me open admin interface. Employee table will be ready. Durga and then Durga 1, 2, 3. Like yes, employees table is ready. Add. So first time Django REST framework, right? First time Django REST framework, right? Okay, here better to take employee number 100. Good name is always Sunny. Class meta is not required, man. Where we write that class meta? If it is a model admin, we have to use. Okay. Good. Next, Sunny. Here admin is not required. Session. Okay, ECL 1000 I'm taking e address Hyderabad like save and add another just 200 next employee name some bunny next salary 2000 employee address some Mumbai like I'm taking just only 3 records 300 next bunny chinny next 3000 okay next e address some Hyderabad like that's all. Okay, well, now how many employees are available, sir? 3 employees are there. Okay, well, sir, now take very special care about this one. Okay, like Subramaniam. Yes, sir. These kind of fields are available. Okay, there we have to use some choice boxes, choice field. Like there is some way we can able to specify that. These type of fields are there. Subramaniam. Okay. Now just check in the Django documentation, all the field types you can able to see. Okay. Now that's all. Sir, these are the 3 records I created in my Django admin. Okay. Now here take a bit very special care. Come back to our story, sir. What I have to talk just now I told DRF serializers is responsible to perform how many activities? Can you please tell? 3 activities. Serialization, deserialization, validation. Now, serialization, what is the meaning of this one, sir? Anyone can you please tell? Most of the people are going to fail. Serialization means, can you please tell? I want to listen beautiful definition from you. Please confirm. What is the meaning? It's a conversion, I know. From which type to another which type? Converting from one form to another form. Okay, from which form to which form? Remember that. Sir, here most of the people are going to feel. Okay, as per generalized statement. Python to JSON is nothing but serialization. JSON to Python is called deserialization. No. Here, just observe very carefully, sir. Here, I have one employee object is there, sir. Are you getting? Employee object is there. Sir, now this employee object is there. Employee object. It is not a Python inbuilt data type. Remember, it is not Python native data type. Python native data type means int type or otherwise dict type or tuple. These kind of things are called Python inbuilt data type. Okay. So employee object is not Python inbuilt data type, sir. It is sir. It is the model object. Model object. Correct, right? It's a model instance or model object. The process of converting complex types. The process of converting complex types like sir, model object, model instance or query set. Okay, like so the process of converting complex types to Python native data types. Python native data types like dict. Are you getting? Like dict means what? Dictionary, sir. The process of converting your database model instance or query set to Python native data types. This conversion process is by default considered as serialization. Remember this one, sir. Here, if you observe, I didn't use anywhere JSON word. Regarding JSON, such a type of terminology I didn't use, sir. Observe. Python, sir, these model objects to Python native data types like a dict. This conversion process is by default considered serialization. Any doubt? Friends, everyone in the position to understand, right? Okay, well, now immediately we ask, sir, if I convert employee object to dictionary, Python dictionary, what is the advantage, right? What is the advantage of this serialization? Array, very simple, sir. Now converting that dictionary to JSON is very easy. Are you getting? Converting that dictionary to JSON is very easy. So JSON near form is the dictionary, but not the employee object. So first level, convert employee object to dictionary. Okay. Now this process is called serialization. Once a serialization completed, then that dictionary to JSON, it is a very easy process. Friends, everyone can able to understand what the meaning of serialization, right? The process of converting model instance or query set to Python native data types is called serialization. Okay, well, sir, how you can confirm? How you can you please explain serialization? How you can able to do that, sir? Very simple, sir. Here, listen a bit very carefully about this one. I'm not going to use any views and so on. Just everything I want to do from the command prompt available once for few just until getting some basic idea. Sir, Python. How to open the Python shell? Can you please tell, sir? Py manage.py. Next, what I have to take? Shell. Now Python shell is ready. Python shell is ready, sir. So the first activity, I want to use model. Already with rest C1 already there. So from test dot models import employee. Okay. Now employee is ready, sir. Import that model, sir. Employee is ready. Next, I want serializer also. I want serializer also. Okay, like what is the way how you can get the serializer from test dot serializers. Okay, because test contains serializers file serializers.py. From there import, sir. From there import. What is our serializer name? Can you please tell? Serializer class name. I forgot the name. What is the function name? What is the serializer name? Employee serializer. Employee serializer. Regarding employee serializer. Okay, like that. Yes, these two things are ready. Yes, serializer is ready and the employee is also ready, sir. 1 minute. Just Priyank. So asking a small doubt, sir. Just have a look once in the Django. Have you remember? Just but sir, you told while using serialize function that converting to JSON is the serialization. Here Django serialize function is going to take care converting into the JSON. Are you getting right? But DRF serializers meant for this activity only. Getting right, Priyanka? So there is a small difference is there. Django inbuilt serialize function and the DRF serializers. There is a small difference is there. Remember that. Okay, well, so generally converting from one form to another form is the serialization, deserialization, like generalizer word. Okay, well, now what I want to take is observe carefully. Let me create one employee object. Already model is there. I want to create one employee object, sir. Or otherwise, emp is equal to employee dot objects dot get of id is equal to 1. id is equal to 1. Okay, can you please have a look once? Yes, emp. If I print, it is the employee object I'm getting, sir. Okay, emp dot enum is 100 we are going to get. Sir, I got first employee object. Are you getting? Can you please tell what is this emp? Please respond. What is this emp, sir? emp is model instance. It is an object. Now my requirement is, boss, can you please convert this employee object to Python native data type? This is about my requirement. Can you please convert the emp object to Python native data type, Python dictionary? This is about my requirement. How you can do that? Who is the responsible to do? Can you please tell? Converting employee object to Python native data type dictionary. Who is the responsible to do that? Serializer is the responsible. Serializer already I defined or not? Yes. By using that, can you please do? How you can able to do is create serializer object. Serializer is equal to employee serializer. I'm creating employee serializer object with the employee serializer object with this emp data. Regarding just I'm creating, sir, with this data. Now serializer is ready. Now simple, sir. Hey, serializer. Can you please provide Python native data type? Serializer dot data. Serializer dot data. Now I have one small doubt. Please observe. emp is what? Model instance object, database object. Now serializer dot data. Can you please scratch it, sir? What is the answer we are getting? It is not model object. It is the Python dictionary. Enum is 100. Enum is sunny. Is like it is the key value page, sir. So your employee object converted into Python native data type. Getting right? Yes, you can use it. Is the serializer object, employee serializer type, Sima. So now everyone can able to understand what is the meaning of serialization. The process of converting model instances and the query sets or complex types to Python native data types is nothing but serialization. Okay, so with whatever data you want to create, you want to make, so can you please convert, can you please create employee, I mean serializer object. Now serializer dot data means Python data type by default you are going to get. Okay, well, now immediately you ask, sir, for the end user, for the partner application, I can't send this Python data. I have to send for the end application. I can't use this Python data type. I have to send I require to send the JSON, right? Okay, how you can able to do that? Okay, can you please confirm how to convert this Python dictionary to JSON? JSON.dumps. Most of the people are always using JSON.dumps and so on. Better to use Yes, you can use JSON.dumps, but in the Python's library, but DRF already contain some facility is there. That facility I will explain. Okay, I don't want to use JSON.dumps, JSON.loads. I don't want it. It is the Python related library, but DRF already contain some mechanism. By using that, happily we can able to do that. Yeah, we know. Obviously, inside constructor, this total functionality is there of serializer, parent serializer. Okay, sir, up to this any doubt? I got just if you have employee object, just create employee serializer. Now, sir, serializer data means automatically serializer data by default we are going to get, which is the Python native data type, sir. Okay, now a small point you should aware. Okay, how to convert Python data type? How to convert Python native type? Python native type means dict to JSON data. JSON data. This is the very important, sir, because to the partner application I require to pass JSON data only. What is the base? So from REST framework, there is one method, there is one class is there, JSON renderer. Remember this one. From REST framework. Sir, observe. Don't get confused because we are going to use first time we are introducing the terminology. That's why you people may feel difficult, but next time onwards it will become very easy. Just aware. REST framework dot renderers. Can you please spell out, sir? What is the module name? Renderers. Are you getting renderers? So from REST framework dot renderers import. Okay, JSON renderer. Import JSON renderer. Import JSON renderer. Very important, sir. We have to use JSON renderer. Okay. Now I want to convert that Python dictionary data into JSON, sir. Very simple. Okay, JSON data. How you can get this JSON data is JSON renderer. JSON renderer is a class. Create an object dot render of. Sir, your Python dictionary is available where? How you can get Python dictionary, sir? Serializer. Please confirm. Serializer dot data. That's all. If you can aware these two lines, then converting the Python dictionary to JSON data. Remember this one, sir. We are not going to use any Python inbuilt library. Just I'm using JSON renderer from REST framework. Even you can use import JSON.dumps also acceptable. No issue at all. Clear, friends? What is this one? Can you please observe? What is this class name? JSON renderer, which is available inside REST framework like this. Okay. Now let me copy paste these two things. Let me copy paste these two here. Ayyo. 1 minute on. Okay. Here just observe. Yes, that's all. So just these two commands are executed, sir. Now JSON data. Just observe. Yes, it is not Python dictionary. Have you observed? It is in bytes. Next, this total thing within the single quote. It is the JSON data, sir. Remember this one. It is the JSON string form. Of course, JSON data is representing in the string form. B is there. B means bytes, which is the network transport supported format. How the data is going to be transported across the network in the form of bytes, binary data, something like bytes form. Clear, right? Renderer is always going to take some data. Which data you want to convert? Into JSON? This is the place where you have to provide the data. You know, if you are not having the data, then why you are, which thing you want to render? Render means conversion. Yeah. How to serialize query set? That part we are going to discuss. Don't worry much about this. Just up to this aware. eSerializer data compulsory we require to pass. If you are not going to pass eSerializer data, then it is not going to convert into JSON form. Renderer is utility function. By using that, we are converting data keyword. Correct. Vinod, sir, just Vinod is asking a small doubt, sir. Is this word is the predefined word or any word we can able to use? This is the predefined word. Remember this one. Getting right, Vinod? Predefined word. Data is the predefined word. That's all. Now, I have one small doubt, sir. My job is, can you please tell the code? Please get the third record. Please get third record from the rest of framework. I mean from the employee table, and can you please convert that into JSON data? What is the code I have to write? Can you please get where ID is equal to 3 and convert into JSON? What is the base, sir? Okay, very simple, correct. Okay, let me explain. Let me go for emp is equal to employee dot objects dot get of id is equal to 3. Now I got where id is the 3, that the third employee I got. If you want, you can check emp dot id. Okay, 3. emp dot name ename. emp dot ename Chinni is the name related to that employee. Now my job is, can you please convert this emp data, emp object into Python dictionary? What is the way, sir? Can you please tell? eSerializer. I'm creating serializer object. Employee serializer with this emp. That's all. Now, if you want the Python dictionary, eSerializer data you have to ask. Now, converting the third employee record into Python dictionary form. Serialization completed. Can you please convert this serializer data to JSON form? Can you please guide, sir? I forgot that from REST. Respond from REST framework dot renderers import JSON renderer. Okay, like first activity, of course already we imported. Just for your practice sake I'm taking, sir. Next JSON data is equal to JSON renderer dot render of eSerializer dot data, sir. eSerializer dot data. Now can you please render eSerializer data into JSON form? Okay, like render. Now yes, JSON data is ready. JSON underscore data. That's it. Now this is the JSON form. Any doubt? Now I hope everyone can able to understand very easily, sir. Nothing. I repeated second time also, so that you can get much clarity. That's all. Sir, now up to this, okay. Up to this, sir, you are getting one employee record, one employee object, converting into JSON. Sir, my requirement is I want to convert query set, sir. I want to convert query set. All records, right? Now my job is how to convert, okay, how to perform serialization for query set, sir. How to perform serialization for query set, query set, sir. Very simple. First, how to get query set? Please guide how to get query set. Ray, respond, man. How you can get query set? You know, query set is equal to employee dot objects dot all. Now I got query set object. Once you got query set object, now my next requirement is, okay, convert this query set into Python dictionary. This is about my requirement, right? Into Python native data type. This is about my requirement. List of dictionary objects, something like Python native data type. So serializer is equal to the remaining story is always same, sir. Employee serializer. Can you please tell earlier what is the argument I took? Hey, respond. Earlier, what is the argument I took, sir? EMP. Hey, not the data. Andakishore, EMP, employee object. But now, what is the argument I have to take, sir? Query set. Are you getting query set? But here, one small twist is there. This, whenever you are passing query set to the serializer to create serializer object, here one small thing you have to take care. What is that? Is, okay, comma many is equal to true. You have to take. Are you getting? Comma many is equal to true. You require to take, sir. Are you able to understand? So if the query set, this is the only extra line you have to take care. Except this, all the remaining story is always the same, sir. Okay. Now let me execute this one. Okay. Now let me copy paste these two things. Copy. Now serializer dot data. Available ones. It is the ordered dictionary. Dictionary. Okay. This is the first list, second list, third list, something like this, right? Ordered dictionary means is it Python data type or not? Can you please confirm? Ordered dictionary dict is the Python data type or not? Yes. Means that we are converting. Okay. So query set complex data type to Python data type. That's what you should aware, sir. Okay, well, now what about remaining story? What about remaining story, sir? Remaining story is always same, sir. Okay, if you want to convert into JSON, just the remaining two lines are same. From REST framework, of course, this line is also not required because already we imported JSON data is equal to like. Now, what I'm taking? JSON data is equal to serializer.data. Okay, now can you please print the JSON data? Now observe that. Now it is the JSON data, sir. Any doubt about serialization? All the people are in a position to understand. Nothing will be there. It is the JSON form, sir. Yeah, ordered set is the Python's inbuilt data type. Don't worry, it is not a general standard data type. We know it is a list of tuples. Every record is going to be represented as list of tuples. That's it. So can you please confirm what is the meaning of serialization? What is the meaning of serialization? It's a very simple terminology, sir. Okay, here just the process of converting. Okay, complex data type to Python native data type. Are you getting complex data type? Okay, to Python complex data type to Python native data type. Python native data type, sir. Native data type. This conversion is by default considered as serialization. Okay, if I convert into Python native data type, then converting to JSON will become very easy, sir. How to convert the JSON renderer? Dot render method is there. By using that, happily we can able to convert. That's it. So this is the total story of serialization. Now the first point you people should aware, serializers, DRF contain serializers concept. That serializers are meant for 3 activities. In that first activity is serialization. Up to that, not required to keep any explanation, right? Any doubt? Okay, well, sir. So just how you can perform deserialization, how you can perform validation. Next, how to use this one in our program. This part we are going to discuss in the next session. Don't worry, sir. Okay, it's a very easy. Our life will become very easy because the complex things already we covered. Regarding the complex, we created our own framework. Then learning these things are nothing will be there. Very easily you can able to understand, sir. Okay, right? So in the next session we will meet for the continuation, sir.